Emmanuel, God is with us. 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 We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. Emmanuel, God is with us. Emmanuel, God is with us. I thought I'd give you a little snapshot of the potager. Here we have cyclamen, peas, and daffodils growing very well together with wheat. You can look to the side and you can see taller English peas are in bloom. And I actually had to put a trellis up for them. They had gotten tall and were climbing the tomatoes. So I pulled them off the tomatoes, which have overwintered in this warm corner and are in flower. I don't know if this shot's going to show any flowers, but they are in flower and growing over the blackberry bushes. You can see little blackberries. I'm a little late for this one. The flowers were beautiful last week and the bees came, and now there's little baby blackberries everywhere. Here you may have seen that I planted potatoes. The potatoes have just come out through the hugelkultur in the month of March, even though they were planted in the fall, and they're looking great. I'm going to pile some dirt. I've been eating lots of nasturtiums, and as you can see, there are flowers everywhere. You can see the flowers because I am eating the leaves. in my stir fries and with my eggs. Over here, the beans, fava beans, and you can see my sweet peas, the flowers, are growing in the tulip bed. I wanted to show you a distant shot here. This is through the peas. You can see I set up the bean poles because I planted the bean seeds. They will be coming soon, and I am ensconcing them on the lemon tree to see how that works out with the birds and myself. This is my pawpaw tree, known as a papaya. This is a Mexican papaya, and it is in the jugo culture to warm the roots, and you can see I've got masses of papaya as a result of that. And here are beets that are peeking through the soil in various spots. You may have seen the video where I planted beets, but beets are now being fertilized by water and such and coming up. These are another pot. I have a plot of mostly cherry tomatoes, and they also overwintered. They were planted right next to the house, so the warmth of a house or a fence, the heat from that, overwintered my tomatoes. In the distance of the tomato flowers, you can see my spinach, which is a perennial, and that is the #1 crop I have been eating all winter long. When the leaves get like this, I need to pull them. This is an herb school pet that I didn't know I could grow, and I was asking how to grow it. Then this plant started flowering, and I found out that I had a good little patch of school pet growing in my own garden. This eggplant overwintered. It's looking a little bleached out, so I put some fertilizer, some tomato fertilizer in the area, and the newest leaf coming out looks a little better. I hope that works out for me. You know, we'll see. And there's onions and anemone around it. Here I'm growing in a pot. This was a salad mix I got from Hudson. The holes are because it has some kind of worm that's eating it. And since I didn't eat it and the worm's in there, I'm going to see how that worm does my garden this year. Finally, here are the tulips that are blooming. This was a purple mix that I got, and it's the mix I'm most happy about of all the mixes I got. And second to that, the yellow mix was very good for me. The pink mix and the red mix only gave me a few blooms, and so I would recommend the purple. The purple goes from lavender to pink anyway, so you might as well get that one. And here's one of the yellow flowers peeking out with a hyacinth and a fava bean. So very much a potager, guys. There's food everywhere, and after these early spring flowers, the food will take its turn. There are some yellow, and there's the few little pinks that I got. As you can see, I didn't get a ton of pink tulips from the pink mix. So I hope you enjoyed this little stop by my potager.